It happened again. Brad went out of town and tossed me a key code on his way out and said, "Here's a game we need to review. So sit back, relax, as I review Drywall Eating Simulator?" What the? That's the actual name of the game? Seriously? What did you sign me up for, Brad? Just for transparency reasons, I'd like to inform you that we did get this key code from the developer of this game for this review. The game was developed and published by Peripheral Playbox and was released on Windows PC December 10th. The story is strange. You're a character that's put into a simulation and asked to complete a series of tasks. As a character, you are not sure why you were there or who put you there. And as for the tasks, some are as simple as, "Hey, can you bring me that coffee cup?" And another one is simply just make your way down a flight of stairs. But unfortunately, just as Jeff Goldblum says, life finds a way. Well, actually, he says life finds a way, period, but I like to say life finds a way to get in your way. Some examples of this in the video game include you just trying to walk down a hallway from your apartment building to, leave to go to work, but the way is blocked, so you have to find another way around. As your character interacts with people and objects around the stage, your stress level goes up and up and up until you see red, literally. And the red you see is sections of drywall, and man, do they look tasty. After your character bangs their head on the wall a few times, the drywall falls away, and you now have a way to progress. But what do you do with this mess that you just made? You can sweep it up? Nope. You eat it. Eating the drywall actually calms your character down. This is an important aspect of the game, because the NPCs, they won't even talk to you when you're all, in their term, pissed off. Other than the drywall eating part, which some people really do in real life, the game was actually really relatable to the stresses of the average worker deals with daily. But before I cover more about the story, let me cover some of the other aspects of the game. Overall, the artwork is simple, but also very effective. The game does not require hyper-realistic artwork, and honestly, I think it would have taken away from the humor of the game. As for the music, it was alright. It didn't pull too much attention away from the game, but it got repetitive. The thing I really did like was the drop of the music and the tinnitus-sounding ear hum that would happen when your stress levels got too high. I only wish that the sounds of the world got muffled when you were in this enraged state and when you were approaching the next wall that you were going to make into your victim. The controls were fine. This is not some old school 2D Prince of Persia or Super Meat Boy. You simply walked over to thing, press button when next to thing. So now that that is out of the way, let me tell you what happened. All right, I'll come right out and say it. I didn't finish the game. But, before you get your pitchforks out, let me tell you why I couldn't. The game just would not let me. When I installed the game before December 11th, I would get a soft lock on the second stage, and I could not complete the requirements to move on. I uninstalled the game, reinstalled the game. I did this a few times. I started a new game, and then got right back to the same issue as before. On December 11th, they released patch 1.0.0F, which I hope would fix my issue. And it did. I had to start over again, but I could get past the second stage. But there were other issues. I'll list a few here, but I don't want to dog on the game developer, but just to give you an idea of what I ran into. The game ran at less than 10 FPS visually, even though Steam would show that it was running at over 140. And it would stay that way unless I let it sit for a very long time without touching it. And once again, I tried uninstalling and reinstalling a few times and started over a few times. Once I had the game running pretty smooth after letting it sit for a very long time without touching it, I got soft lock on the third stage twice. And I found someone else online that ran into the same issue. After about 3 hours of trying and reinstalling and retrying and reinstalling, I even installed the game onto my Lenovo Legion Go S or whatever it's called on Windows. I even re-imaged that device to SteamOS and still got soft locked at the same location. And this is when you're writing the report in the game. And finally, after about 4-something hours, I gave up. I had to. I was seeing red, and it was my computer. So I sat on my couch, ate some drywall, and thought how this game was the ultimate troll to me just now. Well done! You made me see red, you made me have tinnitus in my ear out of frustration, and I wasn't even in the virtual environment. So, what are my final thoughts? I want this game to succeed. I want to see how it ends. The humor was great, and the story was intriguing, and I'd love to see where it goes. This game would have been released as an early access. I would have felt better about the whole situation. But for right now, I have to give it a very hopeful 1 out of 5. I really wish I could have given it a higher score. And to Peripheral Playbox, I really hope that these issues get fixed, and then I can re-review this in the future. Until then, thank you all for hanging out with me today, and this was Mike with the Bickering Nerds.